ready for no more Alex Bregman, Keefe.
Oh, let's get some opt-out talk. Who's opting out? I'm opting in. I don't have an option. So, Alex Bregman opting out, leaving $82 million, whatever I just said there, in that good clip. That was from last week.
Bold move. Bold flavor.
It's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, easy, Hawk.
From Alex Bregman. Okay, well, that was the news last night.
Yeah.
Coupled with Jason Varitek on the Greg Hill Show this morning.
Tech.
Good day to start Red Sox, I think.
Really is. Nice visit from Varitek, which I was thrilled about because he brought donuts.
Oh,
Did you hear about this?
I heard.
Very excited.
I heard not only did he bring donuts, I heard he was sitting down the hall for some amount of time waiting to come on the air.
Oh, they froze him?
Well, I don't know.
Was he hanging out with Billy and Nick?
I heard. Billy, you introduced yourself. Am I mistaken?
Oh, Billy talked to the captain.
Dude, I walked in just to, unload my lunch like I do every other day. And the freaking captain's just sitting at the table. I'm like, of course, Jason Varitek? Like, obviously, it's him.
He's like, no.
He's like, oh, nice to meet you. Introduce myself.
Hell yeah. What a good way to start the day.
Was he helping himself to any DVDs down there?
Yeah,
What was he doing?
Literally just chilling in a filthy, unorganized kitchen. Just like, they couldn't have put him in a better spot. Like,
he didn't take a Celsius, did he? Because he would be
no, I don't think so.
Not welcome back if he did that. Hopefully he didn't do that.
Grabbed himself a Celsius.
Make himself at home.
He's just literally stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, dude, Jason Varitek's just kind of chilling in the kitchen.
Just hanging out.
Like Shaughnessy used to do.
Just before
the old Dan Shaughnessy show. He's just sitting down there with his McDonald's Coke.
It's like, come on in. You can come on in. They're ready for you anytime.
So he's sitting down there swiping a Celsius and picking out season 1 and 2 of Flight of the Conchords.
Pretty good. He's like, you guys have everything here.
I love this place.
Not bad.
So no, Varitek was, I thought, we'll get into his on-air negotiating skills.
I know. I think it worked.
Well, we're going to find out. Man's negotiating for a contract live on WEEI. But
new strategy, I think all like assistant coaches should have in the city. So like if Josh McDaniels, for example, needs to come on the air to sort of voice, I have other options out there and I can do this. I want to stay, but you never know. You never know what's out there.
Good idea.
They should all do that. Celtics assistant coaches, which we'll get into those guys later. Bruins, whatever it is, hop on the air and talk about your contract.
Yeah, what a day.
That's great.
Varitek's here. We're gonna have Turpin later this hour to talk about just the bloodbath.
Oh man,
in the Celtics media game yesterday.
If you were on the fence on whether or not Joe Mazzulla was a psychopath, let me give you some more evidence from yesterday, which I love. I say this in the best way possible.
Let me tell you, macho head games at the highest level. Yeah. He's playing with the media.
Chess.
It's
3D chess.
Something beyond even 3D chess. I don't know what he was doing yesterday. Yeah. But we'll get to Joe Mazzulla. We'll get to Varitek coming up, which I thought was a pretty honest interview. Like, he dumped on Cora a little more than I expected with the Rafaela Bunting situation. Like, ultimately, he said Rafaela should do it, but he's like, we never practice it.
Yeah, he did.
He's like,
sparingly.
You can only be expected to do what you practice. He said that.
Yeah.
So I thought he dumped on Cora a little more than I thought. I expected him, especially with did you hear how hard he laughed when Greg referred to Breslow as Bresbot?
Yes.
It was like was like a knee-slapping belly laugh.
He's like on his way to go meet him today, too.
I was like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you like that.
But then he kind of defended analytics in the game.
He did.
He'd be like...
No, but you know what that is to me? So Varitek might be getting interviewed with the Giants. You can't, in modern baseball, be like, I reject all analytics. You won't get hired. Some teams weigh almost too much, right? Some teams allow you to have a little bit more personal feel. But if you just straight up go into a job interview right now in Major League Baseball and you're like, guys, we're going old school feel, they're like, no thanks.
Yeah, I forget the exact word he used. But basically he's like, yeah, if you're that ignorant where you won't utilize analytics in the modern game, he's like, well, then it's going to pass you by.
100%.
So I thought he was pretty honest. I loved his answer about Nomar. You hear that?
Yes, I'm glad. That's awesome to hear because I think he does get forgotten. A lot of the great players that didn't win here get forgotten, but he's like, who's the best hitter you played with?
Wiggy, all due respect, led the witness.
He did lead
the
witness.
He's like,
Manny, right?
Who's the best hitter you ever saw? Manny, right?
Obviously Manny.
And he's like, well,
no bar.
He's like, maybe the best right-handed hitter I ever saw, but Nomar too.
Yeah, he mentioned Manny and Ortiz, obviously, but I'm glad he put Nomar on there because he just hit rockets. Guy hit absolute missiles.
And it's just interesting to hear how athletes talk about each other. Maybe we'll have Terp talking about the coaches when he comes in later, do the same thing.
Maybe at some point we'll have athletes on.
But it's interesting to hear an athlete talk about the other and say, Nomar used the same bat for 8 months.
And he's like, and it would just wear out the sweet spot.
And the sweet spot was just worn out. He's like, and
That's
just
cool.
to hear another ball player be like, that's not normal.
You
was
can't
just
do that.
Interesting to hear.
Oh, yeah.
I thought maybe he said this in other interviews. His answer about Bronson Arroyo and A-Rod was great, too.
I love that. He was like his little brother because he was just like, he felt like A-Rod was kind of bullying Bronson. And like, that's the thing, too. And as much as I love Kevin Garnett would also kind of pick on like Zaza Pachulia.
Let me pick out the smallest guy.
It was more that than like Shaq. But so he thought the same thing. He's like, A-Rod wouldn't have said a thing to Kurt Schilling or Pedro.
That was the best.
He thought it was Bronson Arroyo. He got hit by an 86-mile-an-hour fastball.
He said Bronson Arroyo's 130 pounds. He's like, he wouldn't have done that if it was Schilling.
He'd sing in an acoustic session like you read about. Oh, that guy could play.
He was in what was it? One of the dorms at Northeastern, just serenading. I'm not sure how old the co-eds were.
He probably did okay,
but he was serenading away in Stetson West, I think is the rumor I used to hear. But anyways, okay, good interview. Go check that out on the Odyssey app. AUDACY. Get it on your phone, free, easy. Use the rewind feature. It is worth a re-listen. After Jones and Keefe, of course. Worth a re-listen with Jason Varitek this morning. You can also listen live on the iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps. We're going to talk to Taylor Kiles, our guy from CLNS. He's going to join us at 11 o'clock. We have Would You Rathers on a Wednesday, 11:30. # Dork Minute at 11:45. Plus, we'll talk some hoops with Terp. Not a full-blown high noon pure hoops with Terp.
Soft launch.
Or like a soft launch emergency. Get him in here to explain what the hell happened yesterday.
We got to talk about it.
So we'll do that coming up. Meanwhile, the news of at least the evening was Alex Bregman plans to opt out. He hasn't done it yet, but he plans to opt out. Heyman ticked through some of the teams that are potentially out there, including a quote-unquote surprise suitor. The Kansas City Royals. He loves his surprise suitors.
Well, so real quick, Alex Bregman, as everybody knows, I think everybody knows, Scott Boras is his agent. And who was the dude we had on from The Fan that talked to Heyman?
Yeah, who was that?
And so
what was his name? McPherson? Keith McPherson.
Yeah, Keith McPherson. Yeah. So he was on, and he was the one that we play the cuts from with Heyman because the whole thing has been a disaster. There's a lot of guys that are pretty synonymous with either certain agents, certain front office people, whatever. But that's like the most direct tie.
I can't even believe it.
So he basically was like just trying to joke with him, but obviously it's not in Heyman's repertoire. But it's like, hey, do you get a cut of Scott Boras' like take or whatever? Because that is a direct line. So anytime Heyman is reporting on a Boras client, you have to kind of, go into it with both eyes open. So he's like, oh, there's a mystery team. Probably not. Just trying to get people stirred up a little bit.
That's probably not the case.
So take it with a grain of salt. But I mean, the part of him opting out, I would think he's not making that part up. But as far as like how many suitors and like never discount the mystery team, like I don't know. There's gonna be a little bit of a wave here. I still think he's back.
So I do too.
Yeah.
But and I think you heard us with Bradfo there last week. I didn't think it was a foregone conclusion he'd opt out.
True.
And I'm not sure, and this is not to question Scott Boras, although Boras has had some questionable suggestions to his clients. I mean, Bregman had to take basically
one of them.
1-by-1 deal. I mean, Varitek's one going back a long ways,
yeah.
but like he's had some high-profile clients. Montgomery, Pete Alonso, and Bregman, neither one was happy with what they got last year.
Was Snell his guy too?
Maybe.
Didn't he like hold both those guys?
Yeah, he was. Jordan Montgomery immediately dropped him, and Snell was like, what are we doing
So,
here?
Boras has
like a lost season for both those guys.
Boras hasn't been perfect on this. He's great at utilizing leverage.
Is he losing his fastball like Schefter?
Maybe. I'm not sure this is the smartest business decision. I'm not sure Bregman's going to get more, certainly in the short term, than he would have, or if he came back and then decided to opt out after next year, after an actual strong finish to the year. Because for as much as we love Bregman, I heard Varitek talking about this too, as much as we love Bregman fixing everybody else's swing, it would have been nice for him to fix his own down the stretch and actually put up some numbers. So he was way too caught up on fixing everybody else and not enough on himself. So I don't know if it's a wise business move, but I want him back. And now he's opted out or will opt out, plans to opt out. He's on the open market, and you got to pony up to bring him back. So let's play the game. I wasn't sure he'd opt out. I still think he's back. What if he's not?
Then you need to pivot, and you need to go somewhere else. I think it's going to be a big blow if you lose him for all the different reasons.
The whole thing has been a disaster.
That would be a disaster.
Yeah. So now
I by the way will blame Breslow for all this. But all you people who came out and said it's all Alex Cora, You're going to need to look at your guy, Alex Cora, on this one. I never felt that way. I gave Breslow credit for Bregman.
Of course you did.
I give Breslow credit
for everything.
Or we'll give him blame. I'll give him blame if he's gone.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
No, it'd be bad.
But those Cora people better be consistent on this if Breslow leaves.
My quick answer would be Marcelo Meyer is third base. Trevor Story, you got to make sure he's back as your shortstop, and then you got to go sign someone like Bo Bichette to play second base. Or put him at short and put Story at second. Do something like that.
Not enough.
No, it's not ideal. No, but I think
that's not. I mean,
that's just for the left side.
That's a pivot. That's not enough.
But Pete Alonso is still very much like priority number one.
I want Alonso with Bregman.
No, so do I. But you're saying if Bregman's gone, I think you have to go to somebody like Bo Bichette, where you're like, all right, it might be a drop off, but maybe he plays 162 games. Alex Bregman is walking away from over $41 million for a season, which only two guys make more than that. Shohei Ohtani, right?
Deserved.
Put that on the side.
Yeah.
Juan Soto just on that massive deal.
Probably also deserved.
I think he does. And then I think Zach Wheeler might actually make 42, right? He signed a 3-year, 126, so it's like a shorter deal, but nobody else is making over $40 million. And I know it's short term, but he turned down 6-year deals last year. So what would be the average annual value be for a guy who's going to be 32 on opening day, who missed 50 games last year, hit 18 homers.
270 something.
$1.429, $626.
That's high.
So it could be that. And I don't know how many other teams around the league would be like, oh, we need a manager on the field. Let's give him $40 million. Or, how many years is he looking for? I can't imagine he's looking for a higher average annual value. And then if you're the Red Sox, you got to ask yourself, all right, how many years do we want to tack on to that? Would you give him that deal that Zach Wheeler has? 3 years, 126?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, he's not really worth $42 million average annual.
It's a delicate balance for me because I like everything Bregman represents.
Oh, same.
He's a winner. He's a leader. He's a guy who's been there and done that. He is a pro. They had guys last year who weren't pro. Devers was not a pro.
Yeah.
And
but he gone.
His answer, Varitek's answer on Devers is interesting, too. It's like, yeah, for like 24 hours we were emotional and we all moved on. It's like, okay, I don't think they were that broken up about it.
No, Jared Duran and Ref Center slept on the plane
so,
the second he was thrown off it.
Bregman's a pro and a high-level pro and a winner, and he's been there and he's done that, and he's a leader, and I like all of those things about him. But how much do you want to overpay? I feel like they need him. That's going to be a rough balance, but yeah.
And then my fear would be if they do.
I still think he's back. If he's gone, that's a significant loss, and that will be on Breslow. It will be.
And I think if they end up doing a big overpay, I'll be frustrated because I already can feel that being the excuse for why they didn't get Joe Ryan, why they didn't get Pete Alonso, why they didn't get Bo Bichette. Or maybe they got one of those three, or somebody like lower than like a B+ free agent, and it's like, well, we also brought back Bregman. I'm like, yeah. But, like, I don't need this big, like, press conference to be like, Bregman's here. Like, you have Bregman. And I understand the opt-outs and things like that, and he can opt out, and it would be a new contract. But I'm already kind of, like, hopefully penciling him into next year's lineup with these other additions.
Oh, correct.
Not like, oh, he's the guy. That's almost like when Chris Sale would come back from being hurt at the All-Star break, and you're like, oh, I got Chris Sale. It's like, yeah, you had him.
You now need, if and when Bregman opts out, you need to re-sign him and then get a big bat on top of it.
Get busy.
Like, if they lose Bregman, then they need to get like Alonso and Schwarber. Like they have to go like big game hunting.
Kyle Tucker.
If you miss, fine.
Yep.
Like you need two. Now you need two big ticket free agents instead of the one plus a trade for a pitcher. So I was reading over Dave Schoenfield, ESPN.
Brag.
He had a prediction rundown for the Red Sox this offseason. And it was pretty good, Keith.
It wasn't good? What did he say?
He says you got to re-sign Bregman. Okay.
I like that.
Myers going to second.
Marcelo Meyer at second base. Got it.
Christian Campbell is the odd man out, most likely to be traded. Hopefully for a pitcher is how I interpreted that.
Oh, okay.
You got to bring back Lucas Giolito.
Yes.
And or sign Merrill Kelly. I'd rather Giolito.
Me too.
One.
Friend of the show.
I know your answer.
Oh, my God.
And if they're looking bigger than like Merrill Kelly as a replacement for Amber Valdez or Shane Bieber, he thinks they play it safe and bring back a similar roster. I was just going to say, if that's the offseason, Bregman and maybe they trade Campbell for a pitcher and Myers or second baseman. I'm like, I don't think that's good enough.
No.
Now I'm worried that Bregman might not even be for the first time. I'm worried about it. I know a lot of people have been bracing for it. For the first time, I'm a little worried about it. So you can discuss here. 617-779-7937. Do you think Bregman's back? How much would you give Bregman to return? If he leaves, what do they have to do? And who does it reflect on? A lot of you thought this was Cora, so I'd imagine this is also a reflection on Cora. Ownership, Breslow, somewhere in between. Again, 617-779-7937. It's a Would You Rather Wednesday. We got Would You Rathers at 11:30. Hashtag Dork Minute at 11:45. And Taylor Kyles, CLNS, Talking Pats at 11 o'clock sharp. We'll get to Terp and the Celtics media game yesterday. What was the final? 57-4?
Yeah.
53-4?
Yeah,
I don't want to cheat you out of any points.
No, it was 57-4 in a 12-minute quarter.
I mean, not great.
No. They would have lost
honestly,
200-16.
I don't want to do too much on this. It's a little embarrassing the Celtics coaching staff gave up 4 points based on some of what I saw.
That's true. You probably should have shut them out.
It probably should have been
you
a
had
shutout.
5 D1 players, some with like a sniff of the NBA versus not.
Terp.
Versus not that.
It's a my take is it's a little embarrassing they even gave up 4.
Yeah, good take.
But we'll get to it. Plus, more from Jason Varitek, pretty much negotiating on the air.
It's amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, John Henry over a barrel. John Henry has stormed into radio studios before. Varitek pretty much stormed in and negotiated on the air.